It's your boy Epic Photos here, getting ready to do this quick tutorial to show you guys how I do my HDR shooting using my Canon 60D. Yes, this is an 8-year-old Canon with a regular little kit lens. Nothing special. But let's get into it. Okay, so these are the settings. I made a actual profile, and to make a profile on this camera you have to make all your adjustments and then go into what they call C mode right there. Okay, C, and register those settings into C mode so that when you cut the camera off, all those settings will retain. So as you can see right now, these are my settings. These are my bracketing settings too. So you can see I have one shot that's going to be underexposed by 1 stop and a quarter. Then I have regular exposure. Then I have over 1 stop and a quarter. So those are the settings right there. And I have it at high drive. That way it takes continuous shots. So it'll take all 3 shots in one shutter press. Okay, and all 3 shots will be the under, even, and then over. But you have to keep, the trick is to keep the camera steady. You know, usually you would do this on a tripod, but I'm used to doing it now, so I know how to keep the camera steady, put my focus point on where I need it to be, and take the 3 shots and go that route. Also, it's important is to keep your ISO at 100. Okay, that way when you do shoot and you look at your images don't come out grainy. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a couple shots that I did yesterday at the alley. This is how they look. So you have one shot that is a little under, one shot that's even, and then one shot that's really over. And that's how you do it. This is how basic HDR is shot. Now let's flip over to Photoshop to check out the actual editing part. It's your boy Epic Photos here, and here I am in Photoshop. I am about to show you guys how I do the HDR stacking. Okay, now all I do is I just go ahead and get the images that I need. They're on my camera. They are actually, let me open it the other way. This way I can actually see the images, and I have to count back 3 on the images themselves. So like this image here of the bolts that were on the fence, I could use that, but I'm gonna see if I could find something different that I have not actually posted yet on social media. Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna grab these 3 images. I like them because it does have the sky. So let's grab these 3, throw these in Photoshop real quick, and we have them load up, and here they are. Okay, now basically all I do is I go into automate, and because I have the Neek software gives you an automate where you can merge to HDR Efex Pro 2. So you click that, and you wait a little while for the application to load up. Now, because I loaded them in Photoshop, all I have to click is add open files, and see all 3 of the images will load up over here. And you say merge dialog, let it do its thing, Again, this was free when the Neek software was free. Now I think you do have to pay for the Neek software, so be aware of that too. Now here on this screen you have a couple selections that you can make. Now I usually leave this section alone and this section alone. And what I concentrate on is alignment here, ghost reduction here, and chromatic aberrations here. Okay, I tick all three of these. Okay, then I kind of take this up just a hair to brighten this up just a bit so that this area isn't too dark. Okay, and I say create HDR. Now once I say create HDR, it's going to go into HDR Efex Pro 2, and it has a couple presets over here that I'm going to concentrate on too. Now I only pick one of those presets at times, but let me show you exactly which ones I use. There's a couple. There's like even black and white ones that you can use, but understand that these are some powerful presets, and I think it outputs your image in a TIFF. So from the TIFF, you need to downsize the TIFF to make it a JPEG. I'm gonna show you how to do that too, very, very quick. Okay. Now I go down to the one that is called. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's called realistic or something like that. If I can find it. There it is. Well, that's black and white realistic. There's another one in here. Let's try dark. So I let HDR Efex Pro do its thing, and sometimes it takes a while to load up. So let's let it do its thing here. And I did go ahead and pick dark. So here it is, it's reading the TIFF format. So it is outputting it in TIFF format for me. Alright, and there it goes. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All I'm doing is waiting right now. This program is very powerful, so it takes a lot of computer processing. So as you can see, it retains the other three images here. These are the other three images, and this is the HDR image right here. And sometimes what I do is I'll just go in, maybe give it a little color bump up the saturation just a little bit, and then I go in and sharpen it just a little, give it a little sharpen, and ding ding, and there you go. And that's pretty much it right there. And I'll add my tag over here, and I will continue to output. Now, to output for web, what you have to do is go into image, go to mode, go to 8-bit, okay, change it to 8-bit, then go down to automate, fit image. Here's my dimensions, 2048 by 2048, okay, and there you go. It drops it down to something that the internet can handle. Then I say save as, and go to JPEG, and now I can save it as what I need to and upload to Facebook or wherever else. And that is it. That is how I do my HDR processing. It's your boy Ever Photos. Thank you for listening and watching one of my tutorials. Check out my other tutorials and my images. Drop a like and a comment. Go to my YouTube page and subscribe. And I will see you guys again on the flip side. Peace.